Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Good day, class. Today we are going to have a quick road safety lesson. Step 1. Always stop when you get to the road. Step 2. You have to make sure to look left, right, and left again. And as soon as you don't hear or see any more cars, then you are free to cross the road. Remember everyone, look left, right, and left again. Now everyone, I hope that you will continue to cross the road safely. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is properties. And before we get into any lessons, grade 2s, we know that we need to sanitize. So please take your sanitizer and you rub inside your hands, around your hands, in between your fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be doing writing, place value, and measurement.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, let us start our lesson on page 20. On page 20, we are going to be doing writing. Now, we have been doing writing all these weeks. So today, I'm not going to help you with any sentences. Instead, we are going to talk about clean up day. And then we are going to talk about the words that have been put in the box. It's going to be our job to write about cleanup day at school. We have the words dad, family, friends, teacher, rake, leaves, grass, paper, dustbin, bags, every day, clean up, share. Now, how are you going to start your writing? Well, that's very simple. You can start with a simple sentence that says, today is clean up day at school. Now, when you're starting your sentences, all of them, boys and girls, make sure you start with a capital letter and then you end with a full stop. Try to use all the words that are in the boxes. For example, my dad dropped me off at school. Make sure that when you use a word, you tick it or you cross it out to show that you have used it. Now, different schools, they clean up in different ways. So you can go ahead and think about what your school does when it is clean up day. Remember, all across Namibia and Africa, we try to make sure that we learn in a very clean environment. So tell us, how do you clean up? Use the words in the boxes, and when you're done writing, read your story. Take your time and use words you know how to spell. I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For our lesson now, boys and girls, let us all turn to page 21. On page 21, we are going to start by doing the place values. We are going to first put the place value of a number, then the value. Now, these two are very different, and today we're going to practice both at the same time. Now, when we talk about place value, we are asking, is it hundreds, tens, or units? And then when we are talking about value, we want an actual number. So let's try and do the first two just like how they did in the example. So A is going to say 168. They have gone ahead and underlined the 8, which means this is the number we are actually dealing with. So if it is 8 that they want, that means that we have to find the place value of 8. Now this is very simple because, boys and girls, if we write our units, tens and hundreds, you're going to see that this is actually a unit. So we can go ahead and write the word units. Make sure that you spell all your place value words correctly. Then we have the value where we actually need a number. Now, the thing about units, boys and girls, is that they are very easy to spot. Units come as single digits. So that means any number from 0 to 9 is a unit. Once it goes to 10, it belongs to tens. So go ahead and write that 8 the way it is. So every unit, you know, that is 1 digit for the value. And then the place value, well, it belongs to the units. Let's now do the next one. For the next one, they have said 328. This time, they have underlined the 2. So it's our job to find the place value. Again, you start by saying units, tens, hundreds. So if you're going to have units here and then tens, that means that our 2 belongs to tens. So go ahead and write tens for the place value. Again, make sure that you spell your words correctly. After writing the tens, they now want the value, the actual number. Now, remember, any 2-digit number belongs to tens. So that means numbers from 10 to 99 belong to Mr. Tens. So because this number is in the middle, any digit after it must be a 0. So we can go ahead and write our 2, and then any number behind 2 will disappear and turn into a 0 to show that its value is 20. So, I hope you are going to be able to do the first part by yourself. Remember the key rules about the place value and the value. After that, you are now going to do decomposing. Now, to decompose is to break down. We have a number and our job is to break that number down, making sure that one side and the other side are there. In this case, we need to break them down into their values. So, the first one that we're going to do is 17. 17, when written, is dash plus dash. We start with our tens, which is the one here. Now remember the rule that we just discussed, that if you have your tens here, the number after it will disappear and become a 0. So we have said 10, but now we need to represent the unit as well. And remember, units are one single digit. So this is easy. We just write 7. Now we know that 17 is equal to 10 plus 7. Let's do the next one. We have 6 and 6, 66. Now this may look like a hard one, but I tell you it's the easiest one because first we look at our tens. So we have a 6 for tens, and that's what we're going to start writing. And then we follow the same rule. The number after our 6 needs to disappear and become a 0 so that we can show the value is 60. Then now we need to put our unit. Now our unit is only one single digit, so we just take the number we see and we write it in the next space. So now it says 66 is equal to 60 plus 6. So I'm sure this one is not going to take you too much time, and if it does, that's okay too. It's better to make sure that your answers are correct than to rush and everything is wrong. So take your time with this exercise, and when you're done, you're going to see us on page 22. On page 22, we have now changed. This time, we are doing measurement. But not just any measurement, boys and girls. We are going to be doing measurement of time. Now, time is very exciting, and I know we have done time before. So before we dive right into our time, we're going to talk a little bit about what time is. So let's take a look at the board. Here we have our clock. It has numbers from 12 going all the way round back to 12. So if we want to know our times, we are going to use the different hands to help us. The first hand here, the red one, is the minute hand. When it is pointing at 12 and another number, we say that it is o'clock. So anytime this long minute hand is pointing at 12, it is o'clock. In this case, it is 2 o'clock. Now, if our minute hand goes round and lands on 6, the opposite end, the time has changed. Now, our time has been pointing, the red hand, to half past dash. So remember, when it is o'clock, we say our number first, and when it is half past, we say our number last. In this case, it is now 2:30. So don't forget, our long hand shows us whether it is o'clock or half past. And then the smaller hand is going to show us what number to put down. So now that we have clarified this, let's go back into our exercise and try and do the exercise. For A, you can see that the shorthand is on 8. So we know that our number is 8. But are we going to say 8 o'clock or 8:30? If you said that it is 8 o'clock, well done. I want you to please write the correct time. Then for B, we can see that both of our hands are facing 12. What do we do? Do we say 12:30 or 12 o'clock? If you said 12 o'clock, well done, you are clever, because no matter where the small hand is facing, if the long one is facing 12, then it will be o'clock. Then C says it has 11, but do we say 11:30 or 11 o'clock? If you said 12:30, good job. So you now know your time. It is 11:30 because the small hand has passed 11 but not 12. Go ahead, boys and girls, and complete the rest of that part of the exercise. Let's now go down to the bottom. For the next part, it's now up to you. It's all about how you actually live your life. Your job is to write down the time in the space provided and then draw the minute hand and the hour hand. You're going to tell us what time you wake up, what time you eat dinner, what time your favorite TV show starts, and what time you go to bed. Make sure that the minute hand is longer than the hour hand and use 12:30 or o'clock. Take your time, boys and girls, and I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson and I hope you had fun. I know I did. So, if you're not sure what to do or you got a little bit of confusion from what I was saying, that's okay. You can ask another adult to help you. But make sure that you finish your work by yourself. So now that we are done, it's time to sanitize. Remember, when we sanitize, we are trying to show the world that we are responsible boys and girls. So, sanitize as regularly as possible, and then you can show someone else how to sanitize. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Sashi came early and we were busy playing before I had to say goodbye. Sashi, now I know where he is because we were playing together. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, MyZone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.